Actually, let me give you the one that called me first.
Okay.
144-7760. This is
So
the
there's
first guy that. Oh,
GTG Transportation out of Texas. They have an active authority and an active DOT. They are showing as do not use through the Bannon platform. I see here that they've had a revocation to their authority, which is a points deduction off of their results. They are authorized for interstate transportation. They've filed their MCS 150 documents. I see an email here, GTG Transportation 2022 at gmail.com. That's always important to pay attention to when you're dealing with the carrier to make sure it's coming from the correct email address.
okay.
I see their phone number highlighted here. That's something to reference also if you're communicating with them over the phone, just so you're sure you're talking to the right person.
Uh,
I see they're authorized for property, which is your product. And we see they're a general freight carrier, which is great. They have plenty of inspections, even as recently as February 11th. So that shows they're an active carrier and moving loads. They are currently insured with Knight Specialty Insurance. Very recently, just since October of last year. Prior to that, they were with Southwind Risk Retention Group. We like to look at the lengths of their insurance and who they're with, and when putting together an evaluation on a carrier.
is that something you guys do in your system?
Yeah, with the platform rates carriers based on historical information that we've found through with other carriers under the same insurance companies. It looked like they had a revocation, and their authority was reinstated. So that's a big hit. If it's significant enough time, it's an indication that they could have sold their authority to somebody else. They could have just wanted to take a vacation and shut their business down, but they only reinstated in October of last year, and the um, the insurance information indicates that they were down for 5 months without insurance. So that's unusual. So that's a big red flag. Um,
That's good to know.
Based on what we know. Yeah. So I'm based on that. I think you might want to find a different carrier. Unless it's a close load or you speak to the carrier and you get some more information and find out
You
some more
really feel like you
details.
trust
But
them.
they're certainly not worth using without further review.
Understood. Let me try this other one I have. This is the second guy that called me. 58839.
McGrew Trucking, active authority, active DOT, and safe to proceed. So that's a good sign. Again, you always want to check the email to make sure that that's who you're speaking to. There's so much fraud, and uh, good carriers are victim to scammers. And it doesn't take much to for a scammer to create a very similar looking email address and begin onboarding with other brokers and hauling loads under the assumed name of Mugu Trucking. So, but yes, they look good. They're again authorized for property. Um, it looks like he hauls everything, so it's probably a good source for whatever you're looking for. He's got about as many inspections as the previous one that we looked at. Very recent too, in January, and he's with Acuity, which is a great insurance company. We like seeing them. They are more particular, and they won't underwrite an insurance policy for just anybody. So he's had to McGrew Trucking has had to prove himself, and he's done that if he's insured with Acuity. And we love seeing that he's been with Acuity since 2019. So he's had a long-standing relationship with them, which is great to see.
Oh, good.
Uh, and he's had an uninterrupted authority where the previous carrier we looked at had that lapse in authority. He's had since 2018. He's been running McGrew Trucking, so he looks solid, and I would be very comfortable using this
So
carrier.
I guess what you're saying is if I would have taken the first guy that reached out to me, who was cheaper, of course, um, I would have probably been in some trouble.
You could have been. We don't know that for sure, but I would sleep better knowing Magoo was hauling that load than the other carrier.
Okay, that's awesome. Well, thank you, Chris. I think I know what I need to do. I'm probably gonna need to go get myself signed up with the band report.
Happy to have you on board. Thank you.
You got it. Appreciate you.